What's good, guys? Asher J back with another video. Today I'm going to be going through why I'm a commander and the commander rules I have. I mean, as a commander pilot, I have 5 rules, and as a commander, the first rule is always make sure you know how to use your combat equipment. That's rule number 1. Make sure you can use your combat equipment, and when you go into war and go into a combat situation, you gotta make sure you know how to use your equipment. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, make sure you never fight something you can't see. That's rule number 2. Make sure you can feel it first, or at least hear it, feel it, or something, and make sure it's a threat to you and it's harming you. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3 is make sure you kill anybody for no reason whatsoever. That's rule number 3 for my commander rules. Make sure that if you kill somebody, they're going to be a harm to you, or they're trying to kill you as well. Rule number 4, it's optional. Make sure that when you have a team, that you always protect your teammate. Rule number 4 is optional because sometimes not everybody has a team. But if you have a team, make sure you protect your teammate. Rule number 5, always be able to fight something or somebody that's bigger than you. That's rule number 5. Now, rule number 2 is very important to me because rule number 2 is never fight something that you cannot see. Now, you got to make sure that you can actually hear or feel what you're going against to go to war with what you're trying to fight. Now, you gotta make sure that this enemy that you're fighting is a threat to you as well. Because if you fight something you can't see, you're swinging, you're gonna be missing it if you can't see where you're hitting. You're gonna look like an idiot too as well. So that's why rule number 2 is important, because the unseen is a war that we're fighting right now. And there's some battles that you cannot see, but you can feel it as well. You can just feel the enemy. You can feel the being. You can feel the other threat to you. So, but that doesn't mean that you have to fight it. It doesn't mean you have to fight it. All it means is that it's there, but you just can't see with the 2 physical eyes. So that's why I like rule number 2. It's very important to me because you have to be able to see what you're going against. Now, I'm going to talk about my commander notebook. My commander notebook is where I put all my information as being a commander in. Now, I have land formations and I have sea formations for war. I'm going to talk about the land formations first. Now, for the land formations, I have I call it the silver trident. The silver trident is one of my battle land formations. The best one so far. Sit right here. So, as you see, it looks like a trident. The X is the enemy, and the dots are the offense going against the charging army. My goal is to set up a task force. I have 3 members so far. My goal is to set up a task force, get at least 18 people as well, all together, and set up a task force to go to war with. Now, I have an army in my head, but I don't have a task force right now. So that's what I'm trying to set up right now. I have 3 members so far. The goal is to reach at least 18. Now, I also have the pointed arrow for land formations right here. As you can tell, the X is the enemy. The dots are the offense right here, as you can tell. And down here, I have the overhang. Another offense. The offense is right here. The X is the enemy, the line of defense of the enemy. The line of defense for the enemy. The people who are defending you are going against them on offense. So, we're going to talk about the civilizations that we have. We're a type 0 civilization on Earth. Now, the goal is to help Earth to reach at least type 2 civilization. There are up to 7 civilizations. I'm only going to talk about type 1 and 2 in this video. Now, type 7 civilization is when you're like the Omnikin. You can create universes, you can create your own realities, etc. And that civilization. And we're far from that civilization on Earth right now. Alright, so I designed a vehicle. Oh yeah, remember, type 1 civilization is when you can harness energy from the sun, like nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Type 2 civilization is when you can travel to other galaxies and travel to other planets. Interstellar as well. It's a type 2 civilization. Type 0 civilization, which we are right now, is when we're using resources like fossil fuels from the earth, harnessing up from the ground. That's a type 0 civilization. That's how we get energy in a type 0 civilization. So the goal is to reach a type 1 or at least a type 2 civilization on Earth so that we can actually travel interstellar. That's the goal. I designed a vehicle called the Supernova that I'm going to show you right here. As you can see, it's it right here. I want to get it 3D printed. I haven't gotten it 3D printed yet, but this is it right here. I'm going to show you in a couple minutes. This vehicle is a vehicle I designed in my reality, but it's for a type 2 civilization on Earth. I'm going to get it closer, get a better view so you can see it better. That's it right here. The Supernova is called. And it flies in the air. And it carries up to 15 passengers. This is it right here. That's a Supernova. That's it right here. Supernova. Alright. So, now I'm going to talk about, and that's for interstellar travel for a type 2 civilization. To travel to the galaxy, travel to other planets. Now, we're going to talk about underwater formations. Now, I'm trying to lead an army like Killmonger and the Ocean Master. Now, the underwater formations are 4 underwater vehicles, which I have right here in my Commander Logbook. Sit right here. As you can see, I have the overhang and I have the pointed arrow. That's my plays right here. So, therefore, water vehicles. I designed a hammerhead fighter that I'm going to show you in a couple minutes. And it is for fighting underwater. It's a vehicle to fight underwater. I'm going to show you in a couple minutes. I'm going to put in Atlantis Part 2. I'm going to put the underwater fighter when I get it 3D printed and show it to you guys in that video. Fully 3D printed. Sit right here. That's the hammerhead underwater fighter. We'll get a better view. That's it right here. Underwater fighter hammerhead. This will be able to shoot down submarines and shoot down any underwater drone or vehicle under the ocean that you will see underwater. Now, these are the formations for it right here. A second vehicle I made is the Megalodon, which I'll show you in a couple minutes. The Megalodon is a vehicle. It's like a sub. That's it right here. As you can see, it looks just like a great white shark. And it's for attacking, torpedoes attack and sink underwater and destroy underwater vehicles. That's it right here. It's for any underwater threat in the ocean. That's it right here. Now I'm going to lead it like the Ocean Master, so I want to make sure that it can run properly and also be a predator in the ocean. Just like the great white shark. That's why I based it off of the great white shark. Has headlights, has turbines on both sides, and has torpedo launchers on the side. So yeah, this is built for underwater war. Now, that is all my underwater vehicle, and I'm gonna make a part 2 to Atlantis. Part 2, I'm gonna put in that video, and I'm gonna show those vehicles 3D printed. Now, that's all I have to say. And this is my Commander logbook right here. Asher J out with a video.